Ayodhya chapter number 105. We are continuing with the instructions that Rama gives Bharatha as regards to why he cannot return to Ayodhya. Verse 22. Saha eva mrityur vrajati, saha mrityur nishidati, gatva sudirgam advanam, saha mrityur nivartate. Death walks by our side. Death sits with us. Death accompanies us on all journeys. And death returns along with us. Now Rama speaks that death is inevitable. In the purport of Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd canto, 3rd chapter, verse 1, it is mentioned, even such an intelligent class of men may be forgetful in their relation with the Lord. The whole Bhakti Yoga process is therefore a revival of the lost relation. This revival is possible in the human form of life, which is obtained only out of the evolutionary cycle of 8,400,000 species of life. The intelligent class of human being must take a serious note of this opportunity. Not all human beings are intelligent, so the importance of human life is not always understood. Therefore, Manishinam, meaning thoughtful, is particularly used here. A Manishinam person like Maharaja Parikshit must therefore take to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna and fully engage himself in devotional service, hearing, chanting, etc. of the holy name and pastimes of the Lord, which are all Harikatha. This action is especially recommended when one is preparing for death. The 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 2, verse 57, the purport is this. Hundreds and thousands of living entities meet death at every moment, but a foolish living being nonetheless thinks himself deathless and does not prepare for death. This is the most wonderful thing in this world. Everyone has to die because everyone is fully under the control of material nature. Yet everyone thinks that he is independent, that whatever he likes he can do, that he will never meet death but live forever, and so on. So-called scientists are making various plans by which living entities in the future can live forever. But while they are thus pursuing such scientific knowledge, Yamaraja, in due course of time, will take them away from the business of so-called research. So in one statement, Rama says that death is inevitable. And we learn from the scriptures that we need to prepare for that inevitability. And how do we do that? Be a Manushim like Parikshit Maharaj and listen to the stories of the Lord. Chant incessantly the glories of the Lord. Chant his wonderful name and his pastimes and help other living entities forge the bond between themselves and the Supreme Lord. Unnecessary so-called scientific research is not going to help anybody. And spending time in material pursuits is not going to help anyone. We need to prepare for death like Parikshit Maharaj, who is a Manushim. And over here, Rama merely says that death is going to dog us at every turn. No matter where we go, he is going to be there. Therefore, we have no idea when we will actually die. Bhishma Pitama could choose his moment of death, because that was the boon that he received from his father, Ichha Mrityu. But even then, he spent his time glorifying the Supreme Lord, Lord Krishna. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur died chanting Krishna's name in the presence of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And after Haridas Thakur's death, Lord Chaitanya carried his body to the sea and with his own hands buried him in the sand. So these are examples of great devotees who could choose the moment of death. Parikshit Maharaj knew that he is going to die in exactly 7 days. And therefore he spends those 7 days very judiciously in asking Shukadev Goswami to teach him the glories of Lord Krishna. We The ordinary living entities, on the other hand, do not have this particular luxury because we don't know when we are going to die. Therefore, it is best that we constantly engage in Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, and Atma Nivedanam. There are 9 different processes of devotional service. Everything starting with Shravanam, which is exactly what we are doing at this moment. Shravana Yajna. Verse 23. Gatreshu Valaya Prapta Shveta Chaiva Shiroruha Jaraya Purusho Jirna Kim Hi Kritva Prabhavayet. The snows of age lie heavily upon our heads. Our blood runs slow. Our skin is one huge network of wrinkles. Our hair whitens as if it was the bleached skeleton of you. Age kills us by inches. What shall we do to escape these innumerable miseries? Verse 24. Nandante udita aditye Nandante astam ite ravau Atmano na avabudhyante Manushya jivita kshayam. The rising sun fills us with joy at the prospect of taking our hunt for riches where we left it yesterday. The setting sun fills us with joy at the prospect of taking up our pursuit of pleasure where we left it yesterday. But we see not that one day had gone from our short span of life, as the water in a leaky vessel diminishes imperceptibly. So it behooves us to perfect ourselves in the signs of the Supreme Lord even in our youth, but ignorance leads our steps astray. Our life is utterly barren of everything that could secure a blissful state to us hereafter. So Rama is talking about long-term goals. Think about what is going to happen to you in the future. Don't just worry about here and now. Think about the future as well. Our every action has certain repercussions, and therefore we need to work on the platform of bhakti, wherein there are no reactions to the action. Verse 25. Hrishyanti ritu mukham drishtva navam iha agatam rutunam parivartena praninam prana sankshaya. Every season bears a message to us of its joys and pleasures, but no whisper or hint of our life being the shorter for it. Now, as usual, whenever Rama says something, there is a deeper meaning behind it. Ritu is the 417th name in Vishnu Sahasranam. So the Lord is Ritu. The Lord is the seasons, or the Lord of time who governs the seasons. So the term Ritu refers to the fact that the seasons push one another and keep coming fresh and lively without any interruption. Sri Bharatha says that the Nama of Bhagavan are representative of his auspicious gunas, which are so unique and delightful, and they present themselves like waves of seasons in the heart of his devotees and blesses them. The 6 seasons are Vasanta, Grishma, Varsha, Sharad, Hemanta, and Shishira. The cycle of time involves these ritu successively moving one after the other without any interruption. This means that Bhagavan in the form of time is behind the cycle of seasons. We have already seen that ritu indicates the passage of time. Another word for time is kala. In Bhagavad Gita 11:32, it is said, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Kalosmi Lokakshaya Krit Pravriddho Lokan Samahartum Iha Pravrittaha Ritepi Tvam Na Bhavishyanti Sarve Ye Avastitha Prati Ankeshu Yodha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Time, I am the great destroyer of the worlds, and I have come here to destroy all people. With the exception of you, the Pandavas, all the soldiers here on both sides will be slain. A part of the purport is this. It is written in the Vedas that the Supreme Truth destroys everything, even the Brahmanas. As stated in the Katha Upanishad 1-25, Yasya Brahma cha kshatram cha ubhe bhavata odana mrityur yasyopasechanam ka itha veda yatrasa. Eventually, all the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and everyone are devoured like a meal by the Supreme. This form of the Supreme Lord is the all-devouring giant, and here Krishna presents himself in that form of all-devouring time. So the Lord being the Lord of all the seasons and consequently of all time, can be the devouring agent, and he can please his devotees through his magnificent qualities and pastimes as well. So if we are bhaktas, we can just appreciate the multiple pastimes of the Lord and we can learn from them. So even when the Lord wants to devour us as devotees, we are going to be very happy because we are merely puppets of the Lord. So the Lord has every right to do whatever he wants with us. The 8th verse of Sri Chaitanya Sikshashtakam says, Ashleshyava padaratam pinashtamam adarshanan marmahatam karutva yatha tata va vidatu lampatau mat prananatas sa eva napara. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally. Verses 26 and 27. Yatha kashtam cha samiyatam maha arnave Sametya cha vyapyatam kalam asadya kanchana evam bharya cha putra cha jnataya cha vasuni cha sametya vyavadhyavanti dhruvo hi esham vinabhava. Men come together only to part. It is the inevitable order of things, and it is utterly just. The waves bear towards each other 2 pieces of driftwood from the ends of the earth. They float together for some time, and the same waves bear them away from one another, never to meet again. Even so, it is but natural that wife and son, friend and wealth are brought into contact with us for a time, only to be taken away from us. They are bound to perish. It is said in Srimad Bhagavatam 12:2-3 that especially in this age, that is Kali Yuga, Dampatye Biruchir Hetu, the relationship between a husband and wife will be based on sexual power. Therefore, householder life in this Kali Yuga is extremely dangerous unless both the wife and husband take to Krishna consciousness. The purport of Srimad Bhagavatam 3:23-1 says, the wife is dependent on the husband, and if the husband is a Vaishnava, then naturally she shares the devotional service of the husband because she renders him service. This reciprocation of service and love between husband and wife is the ideal of householder's life. When a devotee couple has a particular child, that child is also going to be a devotee, and therefore there is harmony throughout in the householder's life. Rama warns that every relationship that we have in this mundane world is only temporary. Once we have a spiritual relationship with one spouse or friend or son, that is okay. But if you look at it from the material point of view, it is all going to be temporary. Verse 28. Na atra kaschit yata bhavam prani samabhi vartate tena tasmin samartyam pretasya asti anushochatah. No one can have his own way in this world with any of the above objects. Hence your wild grief stays not the hand of death. Once again, Rama is saying that death is inexorable, and no matter how much we grieve the death of a person, the death is going to come anyway. Verses 29 and 30. Yatha hi sartham gacchantam bhruyat kaschit patistitha aham api agamishyami prashtato bhavatam iti evam purvair gato marga pitrapaita maho dhruva tam apanna katham soched yasya na asti vyatikramah. A large caravan is proceeding on its journey and picks up a lonely traveler on the way. Even so, we go the way of our fathers, grandfathers, and their ancestors. We cannot fall out of it, then why waste grief over it? Verse 31. Vyavasah patamanasya shrotaso va anivartina Atma sukhe niyuktavya sukha bhaja prajasmrita. Drop by drop, the waters of the river vanish into the ocean depths. Even so, every moment takes us nearer the hall of death. Too well do we know that the past is irrevocable. Then what shall we do? Why lay up the dharma that enables us to reap a golden harvest of eternal and unparalleled happiness and peace, and we know that the people's hearts are always drawn thereto? So Rama insists that a person must employ himself in righteous acts that bring him happiness. And we have discussed this multiple times before. There is only one definition of happiness. What is that? Rama is a reservoir of all happiness. So, if you have Rama in your life, you are happy. If you shun Rama away from you, you are unhappy. There is only one definition of happiness and sadness. In the earlier chapters of Ayodhya Kand, we have seen that the Ayodhya Vasis were not interested in staying in Ayodhya. They wanted to stay with Rama. And they were willing to let go of their opulent houses and wealth and corn and everything just so that they can stay with Rama in the forest. Because they had one definition of happiness. Therefore, Rama says, engage yourself in the right acts so that it causes you sukha. Rama is not talking about material happiness. He is talking about spiritual happiness. That happiness comes only when the devotee serves Rama and Sita, or serves the servant of Rama and Sita. We will continue with Rama's instructions in the next section, where he talks about King Dasharatha.